Good day! Our today's lesson is about writing rules for sequence. You are expected to formulate the rule in finding the end term using different strategies, looking for a pattern, guessing and checking, working backwards. Look at the pattern in the sequence. Up in circle number. The encircle number 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and 28 form a number sequence. A number sequence is a list of numbers in which successive terms follow a rule or a pattern. Each number in a sequence is called term. If we take any two successive terms of the circle number on the calendar, the difference between them is 4. Also, if we add 4 to the previous term, we will get the next number in the sequence. Therefore, the rule in the sequence 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 is adding 4 to the term before it. So, let us study this. We have sequence, rule, end term, and next 3 term. For letter A, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Every term after the first is obtained by adding 3 to the number preceding it. As you can see, 0 plus 3 equals 3. Then yung 3, you may add another 3 to get 6, and 6 plus 3 to get 9, and 9 plus 3 to get 12. Then, you can also use multiples of 3. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, and so on. Our end term rule is 3n. The next 3 term for 12 is 15, 18, and 21. For letter B, 1, 4, 9, and 16, multiply the counting number by itself or squaring a counting number. So, 1 times 1, 4 times 4, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, and to get the 3 next term is 5 times 5, 6 times 6, and 7 times 7. Our end term rule is n squared. For letter C, we have 3, 1, negative 1, and negative 3. Our rule here is every term after the first is obtained by adding negative 2 to the number preceding it. So, our end term rule is negative 2, open parenthesis, minus 1, close parenthesis, positive 3, or in simple, 5 minus 2n. To get the 3 next term, you can add negative 2 to negative 3. So, it will become negative 5, and negative 5 plus negative 2, we have negative 7, and negative 7 plus negative 2, the answer is negative 9. For letter C, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first term, you will add 1. So, 1 plus 1 equals 2. And our 2 plus 1 equals 3. So, continue lang yon. Then, end term rule, n plus 1. And our next 3 term is 5 plus 1 equals 6. 6 plus 1 equals 7. And 7 plus 1 equals 8. Okay. The third term is 3 plus 1. This is the continuation. And the fourth term is 4 plus 1. Then, our letter E, 2, 4, 6, 8. Our first term is 2 times 1 equals 2. Then, 2 times 2 equals 4. Then, 2 times 3 equals 6. And 2 times 4 to get 8. And to get 10, 12, and 13, you're able to add 5 times 2 equals 10, 6 times 2 equals 12, and 7 times 2 equals 12. Okay. Example 2, 2, 5, 8, and 11. Working backward. You will apply working backward here. You will notice a pattern that subtract 3 to get the next term of the left. Now think of a way on how you will get each term having a common difference of 3. So let's move on. So using guess and check strategy. So in our guess column, so 3 times n plus 1. Let us check 3 plus 1. 3 times 1 plus 1 equals 4. Our conclusion, this rule is wrong because the first term in the pattern is 2, 5, 8, 11. Is 2, not 4. So let's go back. 2, 5, 8, 11. So that conclusion is wrong. So let's move on to the next guess. 3 times n minus 2. In our check column, 3 times 1 minus 2 equals to 1. So take a look in our conclusion. This is also wrong. The first term should be 2, not 1. So let's go down. 3 times n equals minus 1. In our check, 3 times 1 minus 1 equals 2. It's very simple. 3 times 1, the answer of it, minus 1 is equal to. The rule is exact for the first term. So let's also check the rule for the other term. So 3 times 2 minus 1 equals 5. 3 times 3 minus 1 equals 8. And 3 times 4 minus 1 equals 11. So these are correct. So in our conclusion, the rule is also exact for the other 3 terms. So the n term for the sequence 2, 5, 8, 11 is 3 times n minus 1. So this is our what do you call this? The rule. Rules. Okay, let's continue. Go back. Or 3n minus 1. In this example, the rule 3n minus 1 is what we call the expression, while 3n minus 1 equals 4 is what we call the equation. So that's the difference between expression and equation. So furthermore, let's take a look at this table for you to understand the difference between expressions and equation. So let's compare. So 2 plus 5, that is an expression. In equation, 2 plus 5 is equals to 7. Up to 10 divided by 2, in our equation, 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So in this table, the given in the first column are examples of expression, while the second column are example of equation. Okay, beware. An expression is a number, a variable, or a combination of a number and a variable and operation symbol, while an equation is a mathematical statement where values of two mathematical expressions are connected by equal sign. So take a look this learning task number 1. Study the following sequence of figures. Then draw the next figure and write the related number sequence for each illustration. So we have 3 givens. We have 1, 2, and 3. And number 4, how many matches have been removed in the second picture? So you may compare these two figures and look for how many matches have been removed in this second picture. So for learning test number 2, write whether each number is an expression or equation. So you may go back the difference between expression or an equation, so that you are able to answer on its given. So you may answer it opposite each number. So let us read number 1. 16 minus 6 is equal to 10. As I told you before, once we see a equals symbol, it belongs to, you may guess, if it is expression or equation. And we have 10 questions here. Let's move on. Learning task number 3. Find the 3 next nth term of the sequence. So that is an exercises of your previous explanation or discussion. So may I read number 1? 7, 11, 15, 19, 23. You're able to supply the missing 3 next nth term of the sequence. So you have 5 numbers for it. For our learning task number 4, find the pattern and write its expression. Okay? You will find the pattern and write the expression. And to be able to know the pattern and for the expression, you need to go back to our previous discussion. So may I read number 1? 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. If the sequence is like that, what you're going to do, or how will you able to get the pattern, and how will you able to write the expression? So we have rubrics to follow for you to able to get the highest score. So for our rubrics, we have 3, 2, and 1. For our description, conceptual understanding, describing and explaining pattern. Procedural knowledge, identify and describe pattern in a figure chart. Then problem solving skills, solve and create problems involving patterns and mathematical relationship. For you to able to get number 3, you will need to reach the description of number 3. So may I read for you? Appropriate, demonstrate, apply, and explain pattern and pattern rules relationship between a concrete or pictorial representation or equation. So completely correct. Then the next one, accurately, rarely makes error, identify and describing pattern in a figure of chart. Then the last one below, for the other 3, uses appropriate, often innovative problem-solving strategies with high degree of success for creating concrete representation of pattern. Next, another exercises. Give the sequence, formulate a rule for the given sequence. So we have here 0, 3, 6, 9, number 2, 3, 6, 12, 24, 11, 9, 7, 5. So write your own example of expression and equation. So you can write your own expression and equation. Give 5 example of expression. Give 5 example of equation. So expression, equation. So study the discussion that we had. So let's move on. So that's the end of the topic. So I'll give you time to answer for it. Good day. And I hope you learn from our today's lesson.